Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're doing something a little different. We're going to deconstruct a popular health supplement called NuNerve, but here's the catch. We're not bringing in any outside reviews or studies. We are only going to look at what its own sales page tells us. So let's dive in and see what we can find. Right out of the gate, they hit you with this massive claim. I mean, it's designed to just stop you in your tracks, right? Calling itself the first and only isn't just saying it's good, it's framing it as a complete game changer, a scientific breakthrough. That is one heck of a first impression. So, what's the big promise here? Well, it's actually pretty simple and incredibly direct. A natural way to tackle a really complex problem. But notice, the promise isn't just about your nerves, it's about your entire quality of life. Now that is a hook that's designed to connect with you on an emotional level. Okay, so to make that huge promise feel legit, they immediately roll out the big guns. By name-dropping places like Cambridge and Emory, the page is basically borrowing their credibility. It's a really smart, quick way to make you think, wow, this must be some serious science, without actually having to walk you through any of the complicated research itself. So how is NuNerve supposed to be so different from literally everything else on the shelf? Well, it all comes down to this one key idea. Nanotechnology. This is what they're positioning as their secret weapon, the thing that changes the entire game. This visual tells a super simple story, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the old way, those regular supplements that your body just can't absorb. But on the right, you have their solution. This nanotech is presented like a high-speed delivery service, getting the ingredients exactly where they need to go instantly. It's a classic strategy. Create a problem and then sell the perfect solution. All right, so that's the how, this fancy nano delivery system. But what about the what? What are the actual ingredients that are supposedly being delivered so darn effectively? Let's take a look inside the bottle. So the formula here is presented like a hand-picked team of 8 research-backed specialists. And you'll notice how each ingredient gets its own specific job, from supporting new nerves to regenerating fibers. This isn't just a boring list of ingredients. It's designed to look like a comprehensive, multi-angle attack on the problem, hitting everything from repair to inflammation. But let's be real, a good sales page isn't just about the science and the ingredients, it's about persuasion. So how do they actually convince you that this stuff works? Well, they use a few really powerful psychological tools. The very first tool is good old-fashioned social proof. You see a huge number like this, over 31,000, and it triggers a kind of mental shortcut. Your brain just goes, whoa, if that many people are using it, it must be doing something right. It just creates this instant sense of trust, like you're joining a winning team. But a big number can still feel a little abstract, So the next step is to make it personal. They show you names, initials, and hometowns. And suddenly, that huge number isn't a statistic anymore. It's Hannah from Portland or Tom from Charlotte. It turns this abstract claim into a bunch of relatable human stories, which makes the results feel so much more real. And now we get to the pitch. The pricing here is really cleverly designed to nudge you towards one specific choice. By showing you how the price per bottle drops the more you buy, that 6-month supply doesn't feel like the most expensive option. It's framed as the smartest one, the best value. They make you feel like you're saving money by spending more. And finally, if you're still on the fence, they pull out the final tool to get you over the line. They remove all the risk. A strong, ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee is basically saying, hey, you have absolutely nothing to lose. It's a classic and super effective way to get people to click buy. Okay, but arguably the most important part of any sales page is the part that's often hidden in plain sight, way down at the very bottom. So now we're going to do what most of us don't. We're going to read the fine print, the official disclaimers that put all those big, exciting claims into context. This right here is probably the most important sentence on the entire page. Now, it's a standard disclaimer for supplements, but what it means is absolutely critical. None of the claims we've just looked at, not about nanotechnology, not about regenerating nerves, none of it has been scientifically proven to the standards of the FDA. And it actually goes even further. The fine print says pretty clearly the product isn't meant to cure anything. And hey, remember those really powerful stories from Hannah and Tom? Well, this disclaimer right here says those testimonials are not claimed to represent typical results. So you have this huge contrast, the exciting marketing story up top and the much more cautious legal reality down at the bottom. So just by looking at this one page, we've really seen 2 totally different stories being told, haven't we? There's the exciting, emotional promise from all the headlines and testimonials, And then there's the careful legal reality that's tucked away in the fine print. It really shows that to be an informed consumer, you've got to read the whole page. The real question isn't just what a product promises to do for you, but what it's legally allowed to claim in the first place.